Well, we have the threat of a shortage of 200 train drivers this New Year's Eve because of industrial action that is being carried out, or potentially will be carried out, by the RTBU, the rail union. Joining me live now is Chief Executive of the Tourism and Transport Forum, Margy. Osmond. Margy, it's good to see you. Thanks for coming on the program once again. Look, if the RTBU's industrial action continues, Sydney will be short 200 train drivers this New Year's Eve. The union has called the Police Commissioner's threat of cancelling the fireworks as scaremongering. But if you can't move hundreds of thousands of people in and out of the city, what do you do?
Well, look, it is a very, very difficult and, look, to be quite frank, tragic situation for a lot of the hospitality and tourism operators. Let's just start with what's on before New Year's Eve. You know, you've got all the last minute shopping for Christmas. You've got the cricket. You've got Boxing Day sales then after Christmas and the cricket. And then you've got New Year's Eve. And I think the real issue here is the uncertainty around it. Nobody knows what the heck's going on. So as a consequence, whether you're a visitor and somebody who was planning on travelling into the city for the fireworks, or you're, most importantly, one of those people that makes the whole thing happen, the workers who have to get in and out and around to deal with New Year's Eve. Well, this is just an incredibly difficult time.
There's businesses already saying that they are receiving cancellations on New Year's due to the industrial action, and Luna Park is even willing to go to court over it. Do you fear that the damage has already been done and many have just already chosen to stay away and cancel, even if the union eventually lifts its industrial action?
Well, look, Kenny, that is the deep problem here, is that even if this gets sorted before New Year's Eve, how many people will just make the decision not to come? And when you look at places like Luna Park, they stand to lose millions of dollars on one night. They've got over 700 staff involved in the festival they run that night, not to mention all the contractors that they're already engaged with, who they've paid money to. So, and they're just one business, multiply that by hundreds across the city. And I think the other thing too is beyond New Year's Eve itself, it's the longer term damage. The pictures of our fireworks get beamed all over the world, where literally we are New Year's Eve. Now, along with those pictures, potentially this year, if the fireworks go ahead, will be, pictures on social media and on TV in the UK and in the US on traffic chaos and what a terrible customer experience it was. And people may very well change their minds about coming here for New Year's Eve in future, or just, oh, that doesn't look like much fun. That looks like a terrible place to be. So the longer term brand damage for us could be quite significant.
Have you seen anything like this before?
Look, I'm struggling to recall something where we've been literally, on our tiptoes in suspense, wondering what's going to happen on such a critical major night. And it is one of, it only happens once a year. And it's so special, I think, to the hearts of Sydney-siders and to the, hundreds of thousands of visitors who come to the city. And I don't know about you, Kenny, but I think for many people in the business community, it's been a really tough year, and for the great people who work for them. New Year's Eve is a moment for celebration. It's a shame to see it, the parade being rained on, for want of a better description.
There's calls for the Albanese government to step in and sort it out. Should the Prime Minister get involved, do you think?
Oh, look, I think that's a call for the negotiating parties to make. But all I know is that there's going to be an awful lot of disappointed people, even now, because of that uncertainty. People have changed their mind about coming in, and there were businesses who potentially may have been relying upon this as an outcome. It's just so sad to think that all that hard work, and for those kids particularly, who are casual workers, etc., who might not get paid.
It's a worrying situation. Margy, Osmond, appreciate your time this morning. Thank you.
Thank you.